Hi everyone, Maxine here with Tink and I Treasures. Welcome back to my studio. Okay, yes, I had a couple windows replaced. That's not what this is about. So I was going through my personal papers, and you know, when you have something like this done, you get one of these folders, right? We don't need his card, he's not even there anymore. So you get one of these folders with all the documents and everything in there. Well, I have a place where I store everything that is about the house. So I took all the papers out of this and I was going to chuck this, and then I thought, and that's where you come in, at the So what I'm going to do is use this file folder as a base for a journal. So of course it's big, so we're going to have to whack this thing down a little bit. So I've put some marks where I want it to be as far as height and width. So I'm just going to cut it off just like that. Okay. And now, let me think this through. I'm going to think this through before I actually cut. So let me get out my scoreboard. Okay, now we know this is the middle, right? So we're going to put it right there. That's the middle. And I want an inch. So I'm going a 1/2 inch on this side of the middle and a 1/2 inch on the other side, oh golly, of the middle. Okay. Getting down here, I'm going through several pieces of paper, so. All right, now, let's see if we can fold this. So this actually gives us this fold is actually showing us the width. So I have this at, well, a little less than 5.5. Is that what we want to do? I thought I had this all worked out, but you know how it is when you start to second guess yourself. Which I do that a lot. I don't know if I can put some ink on this so it's a little, so I can see where that is a little better. Oh yeah, that worked. Okay, so I'm going to use this to cover it because, well, I don't want my journal to say Anderson's or whatever. Oh, what did I do with my, what did I do with it? Oh, there it is. Okay, so that's down the middle. So we have a 1/2 inch on this side. Oops. Ooh. This paper is pretty thin and not up too much, but I thought it would work okay if I, you know, attached it to the file folder. Okay, so, all right, what I'm thinking is I folded this and that's the middle. I come off a 1/2 inch here. So this is how, okay, so it needs to be 5 inches. Let's just go with 5 inches, huh? So this needs to be 5 inches. Because we're gonna make things easy, and you know me, I don't like these partial things that I can't figure out exactly what it, what, 5 3/8, I don't know. I'm okay with the big numbers, not so great with the in-betweens. All right, so we're going to bring this back out, and let me think again. Maybe I don't want to cut it. You know what? Maybe I don't want to cut it. We'll see. Now that's why it helps to take a moment and to think ahead on what you want to do. So I am going to put the cutter away, and I'm going to bring this guy back out. So right there was 5 inches. I don't know if I can get this to be right. It's not. Okay, maybe that'll work. Go off. I wish the grid on these things was a little deeper. Do you know what I mean? So when you're dealing with something that's thicker, you can still find, you know, you can still find where the well is. Does that make sense? So if we fold this over, that's really thick in there, so we're going to have to do something with that. But if we fold this over instead of cutting it off, then we have a little flippy on the inside. Huh? So that's cool. That's a nice size, isn't it? I think so. All right. So how do we do this side? Guy. All right. Got an idea. Just doing the first one is easy. Doing the second one to mirror the first one, that's where we run into some problems. Because we want the first one, or the second one, to mirror the first one. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna, in fact, I did chuck this in the recycling, and then I thought, wait a minute. So, Come on. Why isn't that holding now? Okay, there we go. All right, so, and we have a pocket here and a pocket there. All right, so let's see about how we can figure this out, huh? Because it's attached, although maybe we can unattach it. That might be the best idea. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut. Okay, so here is, right here is the fold. I don't know if I can, I don't know if I can get this. Here we go. So you can see better what I'm doing. Okay, so here is where the score line is, and I'm going to cut angled a little bit this way and a little bit this way, and that takes that bulk out of that fold. So just a smidgen. So that's what we have. It's just like this really narrow V that comes up. Okay, so then when you fold it, you don't have that bulk right here. And over here, I'm going to do something similar and get this bulk out of the spine area. And we'll do the same thing over here. Hopefully we can take, you know, things never come apart when you want them to, but they fall all apart when you don't want them to. Oh no, let's see. Something in there, and wow, this one's really stuck down. Okay, I don't want to damage or tear too much. Okay, well, that was not wonderful. Took off some of the material on this side. Okay. I just want to clean this up because otherwise it's going to be bulky when I glue it back down. Oh my. Hey. Whatever they used, they meant for this to stay that way. You wouldn't think they'd put much into it, would you? Because it's just a file folder. And they probably assume people will throw them away. It's ephemera. It's not made to last. Loose definition. Okay. So we want to do the same thing again where the score line is. I want to have a narrow V coming up. And get that bulk out of there. Look at that. Wow. Is that precision or what? Well, or what? Okay. And I want to do the same thing over here. Get that off the spine. And what do we want to do here? Do we want to keep these like they are going up like this, or do we want to come down so they're like this side? I don't know. I don't like matchy-matchy. I wonder if there's something we could do with this. I bet there is. I can't think of anything right now, but we don't need to right now. All right, so there. Now we're gonna go back to the front, and I want to, where's my score lines and everything? I've lost them. Didn't I do this side? I did. I know I did. Okay, there we go. Alright, so there's our thing. If we fold that in and fold this in, yay! One never knows. Okay. I am going to, you think we'll need this for anything? Well, we might want to keep it just in case. Alright, so I'm going to get out my glue stick. And I like this one. It's purple, so I can see where I've been and where I haven't. That's so helpful. That is so helpful. Okay. Spine. And go over and get this side. Make sure and get all around the edges really good. And to be extra, put a little extra on there. I think I'll get out this Tombow liquid and kind of put a layer of this around as well. Not, you know, not as solid as the glue stick, but around the edges. And in the spine really good, and throughout there, just so we have a little extra. Alright, turn this around. Hopefully this is right side up. And find our middle. Huh? Maybe that'll be the best way to do it. Find our middle. Make sure that's lined up. And then come around like that. Oops. There we go. Just like that. Nope. Where is it? Okay. So now that's all nicely covered. And bend it again at the score. Yeah. Okay, so this is an inch wide spine. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. Oops. Oh my. Oh my. I'll go back up. Okay, so I have this coffee dyed. I'm not sure if this is regular paper or cardstock. I don't know. The regular paper I use is heavier. It's 32 pound, I think. So I am going to make this not an inch, of course, not an inch, 3/4 of an inch. And maybe another one, 3/4 of an inch. A tad bit smaller. Just a tad bit smaller than 3/4 of an inch. Oh, sorry guys, I lost you. My camera stopped recording and I didn't realize it. So anyway, where we left off was I was cutting 2 pieces that I glued together to reinforce the spine here. And I made them longer. And now on this side, I'm just going to wrap them around. And I want to make sure that's going to be a little bit too much, so we're going to clip that off a little bit. Okay, and we are going to glue this down. So that will just make that a little more to it. Okay. This side. And that one's going to be fine. So we're going to glue that down. Yay. Okay. Yeah, I got a little bit sticking here that I don't want. Ugh. There we go. Okay. Sweet. Now, I was hoping to have, you know, a good amount that I could wrap around. It's not quite as much as I had hoped, but we should be able to. Okay, now this side. This glue works out pretty good, and it's less expensive than art glitter is, or the Reptile that I like using. Well, I don't know. Would it end up being less expensive? I'm not sure now. Because this tube, this is only like $3 and something, but it's also only 1.69 ounces, where the art glitter glue I buy is, you know, bigger. So I don't know if you take this and figure out, you know, per unit, and then figure out per unit, you know, Reptile or art glitter. I don't know. Maybe this would come out to actually be more in the long run. A lot of times that's the case, you know, you buy things that's in a smaller packaging, thinking you're saving money, but actually when you figure out the per unit cost, uh-oh, I went in too far, didn't I? You end up actually paying more. So I like looking at that when I'm at the store and I'm comparing, you know, one item to another. I don't look at the cost of the item because it might not be the same amount, you know, in two different items. So I look at the per unit cost when I'm comparing, you know, like one brand to another or something like that. Okay, so sticky fingers now. All right, so we got that reinforced, and we have the front and back covered. Now I want to actually, what I want to do, things are quite damp right now, but I want to ink up the folds, the front and the back, basically so I kind of know where they are. And now I was going to put these on here. That's going to be too wide, so I'd have to cut it down. I would have to cut that down too. So the choice is we've got two like that, and we have two like this, and we have two like this. Which ones do we use? I mean, we're going to do some more decorating and stuff on here. So I don't know. I kind of like these, but these I feel are more neutral. And those would be safe. And that's, you know, where's the fun in that? So we're going to go with these guys. A bolder choice. So I need to figure out how big these are and how much we need to cut off of them, unfortunately. I love these. This is from my video, Make Your Own Labels. And that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that, and it's fun. It's how many times, Maxine, are you gonna say the word fun? We get it. Okay. Just want to make sure I was heard. Okay. But it's, you know, it's nice to have something like that in your stash that you can, you know, go to and say, oh, wait a minute, I've got these. I can, oh, this isn't what they were made for originally, but they're going to lend themselves quite well to this project. So I want it to fit right on the spine. I feel like that's still a little bit too wide. I hope everyone's doing well. You know what? I'm just going to cut off the green since it's all the way off the sides. We might as well take it off. Part of the reason I picked them was because of the green, but well, so yeah, just like that. Okay. So, what are you guys watching on TV, huh? Tell me. We are totally into Gilded Age. Have you seen that? It's on HBO Max. And they're in the second season right now. They don't have a lot of shows per season. I miss the days when they had like 26 shows per season. Now you're lucky if you get 4 or 6 shows, you know. But these are longer. I mean, they're kind of like mini movies, really. At least I think that one's longer. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's Midsummer Murders I'm thinking about. If you like cozy English mysteries, that are not like what we have here with a lot of graphics and, you know, all the gore and guts and what have you. Midsummer Murders is a great one, and they're like in their 24th season right now, and you only get, I don't know, 5 to 7, maybe 8 episodes a year, but they're longer. They're like little movies. And they're on Acorn TV, which is British shows, if you have the streaming Acorn. It does cost money, but Acorn is only like $5 a month. It's well worth it, I think. Anyway, it has, you know, a lot of other British shows that are great. But Midsummer Murders is really good, and we're enjoying those. I mean, we've watched the past 23 seasons, you know, so now we're waiting for, you know, the 24th, you know, the episodes to come out on the 24th season. But those are really good. But yeah, Gilded Age, I am just fascinated by it. And unfortunately, when you really like a show, it goes really fast when you're watching it, and before you know it, it's done. But yeah, we're liking that, Gilded Age. And Julia is having another season. I don't know if you saw the first season. This actress, I think she's an English actress, but she's playing Julia Childs. And, oh, what's his name? Hyde Pierce? Something Hyde Pierce, the actor. He was, Niles Crane on Frasier. He's actually playing her husband. And yeah, it's really good. It just shows, you know, how Julia Childs started out, and, you know, how she gave public television such a boost, and, you know, things like that. So it's really good. This actress actually talks like Julia Child talked, and, you know, it's just fascinating to me. I don't know how she does it, just consistently like she does. And the voice can be a little bit irritating, I must say. But, yeah, I don't know how she does it. Because I know she doesn't talk like that normally. I've seen her in other things. So, yeah, it's always quite fascinating to me how these actors can, you know, just do different speech, different accents, you know, all that stuff. But her voice in particular, I think, would be very challenging. There. There we go. Well, that's a good start. And I was going to line the inside with another piece of the music paper. So I'm going to line the middle part. Then we're going to have to figure out something for these flaps here. But anyway, that's where we are right now. I am going to let this dry. Get good and dry because it's a little soppy right now. So anyway, yeah, so join me next time and you know, craft with me on this little project of, what shall we call it? Altered file folder. I don't know, altered file folder cover, journal cover, altered file folder journal cover. That's good. Anyway, until next time, guys, take care of you, love each other, and I'll see you again. Bye.